Trading cards are big business in the modern day, especially when it comes to card games like Pokemon, where the cards can sell for silly money. These cards are printed in factories, and there are people that staff those factories, and those people may be not as genuine or honest as you might want. They might hypothetically steal product, but it's one thing for them to steal sealed product. How about if a member of staff at a printing factory for trading cards stole all the best rares? What if they stole all of the premium hits, as they're called in the Pokemon world? This story is fascinating. This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com. Use the link in the description below or the code Kenobi at checkout to get money off, 5% off your singles and sealed product from Magic the Gathering or Pokemon or whatever it is that tickles your stink. And if you want to pick up a playmat to help support the show, this playmat here is now available via a link in the description below. It's going to be available till mid to late May as you do pre-orders to then print them all and send them out. And buying this will help to support the channel. Pick up your playmat with me and my dogs on it now. The set Fusion Strike is known for having very poor pull rates. I went to Googling, and PokerPatch.com, for example, talks about how poor the pull rate for this is, with demonstrable evidence from lots of pack cracking channels and companies saying that the rate at which you open super rares, hollow foil rares, look, don't quote me on what the fuck they're called. I don't know what all the Pokemon rarities are called. I can't keep up with the magic names for the rarities. Hollow, Halo, Rainbow, up my arsehole foil. But the rates for the pulling these didn't seem to be in line with what Pokemon was saying. But of course, there's loads of conspiracies out there, right? Bad pull rates seems to be one of the collectible markets. The Magic the Gathering Arena or Modo Shuffler being out there to try and lower your win percentage specifically. A lot of it is more often than not conspiracy with very little backup. Even in the case of the pull rates, where opening channels and stores are reporting very low pull rates of the rares and the mythic rares and the super secret rares and all that shit, it's hard to really extrapolate that to the wider product range because there's so much of this shit goes out there. But yesterday I found this, or I saw this. SB Coop tweeted, "This is crazy. If anyone wants to know why Fusion Strike had no hits, apparently an employee at the printing facility stole all of the hits which were pictured below and tried to sell them to TCW. So here are everyone's hits from Fusion Strike. Apparently Pokemon came and picked them all up. Not sure what they did with all of them. Crazy to see this." What we're seeing in this picture is every promo, premium and expensive rare from this set, just in stacks of them. It's actually wild to look at. I guess the best comparison to this would be is if you just had stacks and stacks of Sheoldreds and, I don't know, foil masterpiece Ragabands from the latest set, for example. Imagine if no one was opening them and then someone showed up to a game store and tried to sell that game store stacks of them. There must be like, what, 400, 500 Mews here? Trigger, zoom, enhance on the Mew in the bottom right hand corner. Enhance, enhance. That's a reference to an old movie. I'm old. This Mew VMAX, the alternate art secret SWSH08 Fusion Strike SWSH. I'm just reading off a fucking screen at this point. This is the Fusion or VMAX Mew at $81 current market price. If that's, let's say, 500 Mews, and it could be more. It looks like 4 EDH decks. So yeah, let's say 500. That's about $40,000. $40,000 worth of Mews. Before we get into how many schoolgirls are on this tape, that's a weird sentence. But if we look ahead, over, just next to the Mews, there's some Gengars. Gengar VMAX with a TCG average right now of $232. Let's just say there's only 500 of those. There might be more. 500 Gengar VMAXs at $232 is $116,000 worth of Gengars. This is insane. A member of staff in the printing facility took the rares out of packs. Although that's probably not what happened. During the printing facility's run, these were taken obviously out of the production cycle. So rares were making it to packs, I would assume. Packs would open, things like that would be sealed, don't be silly. These were taken out of the production line as the packs were made, or at least that's what you can construe from this. There might be an argument these are all just like spares, and that everyone was opening the right amount of them. This has opened a big question about people who bought into that set. Does the Pokemon company now owe them some rares because the product was most likely defective, right? And the really interesting part about all this, and I'm going to go into what happened with the next part of all the story, but the super interesting part that I found out after looking into it a bit deeper is that Fusion Strike didn't come out yesterday. People were buying booster packs of Fusion Strike in November of 2021. November 2021. It's taken over 2 years. Hang on, my math is bad. 22, 23, a year and a half, whatever. It's taken a year and a half for us to realize this, or for the Pokemon community to find out about this. So for a year and a half, it's been talked about how Fusion Strike had terrible hit rates, among other sets too. That's the thing, it's just the tip of the iceberg, the tip of the proverbial Pokemon theft iceberg. But a year and a half later, we find out the rares were being taken out by a member of staff. Wild. So they took hundreds, if not maybe To be honest, how much that table is worth when the game cards are coming to a couple $100K each is, I don't know. But they took that to TCW. I've heard of Trading Card World before, but I'm not hugely familiar with them. I looked it up and they've got a store in Dallas. Either way, they released this statement on Reddit RE, the whole thing. In essence, they were approached by an individual inquiring if they were interested in buying all these hits from the set. They claimed that they told them that actually, no, these must be fake or stolen. Like, no one could physically open this many of these good cards simply because, well, the amount of packs you'd have to open to hit these would probably number in the, I want to say millions, maybe tens, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars worth of product to get these cards. That's how gambling works, kids. I'm not saying all card opening is gambling, but it is. As I say, it's pretty close. It's not pretty close. It is. Being pretty close and being, philosophically, they're not the same thing. Anyway, trading card opening, it's gambling. Whether you agree with gambling being good or bad, it's gambling. Point 3. The seller explained his connection to the source, and TCW immediately contacted Pokemon Corp through proper channels. The information was sent up the corporate ladder given the seriousness of the situation. A high-ranking Pokemon official contacted TCW. Pokemon Corp and TCW worked together to successfully retrieve and return the cards. Oh, doesn't sound like the person got to sell them and make their millions. Pokemon Corp acknowledged Trading Card World for the critical contribution to the recovery of these stolen items. Trading Card World was asked to keep this information confidential whilst an active investigation was underway. And for that reason, the Facebook posts where these original images were taken from got out into the world and then taken down. But it's just floating around now. It's all over Reddit. The statement I'm reading you is 22 hours old at time of recording. Look, the exact ins and outs of what's going to come from this is still to be found, and I am excited to find out what happens. It's a tantalating tale that is mind-blowing to see, but the ramifications are huge, both for Pokemon and the rest of the trading card world, really. From sports cards to Ricky Martin trading cards to Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Digimon, and everything Bandai, Konami, Wizards. Why am I saying all the companies? Legend Story Studios. All the cards that are made by all the card game companies could be hit by this similar kind of scheme. Like, I've never really heard about it in Magic that anyone complained that the hit rate of a set was really bad. Oh, I have heard it, but it's normally relatively casual people saying it in passing at the store or during a game of Commander, and I just ignore it. It's not really a conversation that we have in the Magic community because it doesn't seem to ever be evident enough to be a problem, or maybe the collectible market for Magic isn't as big as, say, Pokemon's is. But on my first Google, I found discussions of this back in November, the 20th of November, like a week after the set came out, talk about stores struggling to actually find the super duper good hits. So this is definitely a problem for Pokemon, but it begs the question, could this or is this happening in other card games too? And then what will Pokemon Company do about this? Pokemon Corp, as the statement said. I thought it was Pokemon Company. The Pokemon Company. No, I googled Pokemon Corporation, it also came out Pokemon Company. I don't know why the statement says Pokemon Corp. Either way, I'm interested, fascinated to see what the result of this is from what Pokemon Company does with this information, how the Pokemon community reacts. Maybe if this goes to a legal issue, which it will be, right? Because the rates at which you pull these things are kind of like established and meant to be known to an extent. If those rates are non-existent or wrong, that's a real big problem. And beyond that, it's just blatant theft. I guess that's the thing as well, because these things are worth like silly money on the secondary market. But then does the secondary market get acknowledged in a court of law for how much stuff was stolen? Holy fuck. Does that mean that Pokemon Company doesn't necessarily want to get this person done by the law for stealing stuff that basically amounts to millions of dollars worth of secondary market stuff? Because if they did that, they'd be acknowledged in the secondary market, and then the gambling stuff becomes much more at the forefront of the whole conversation. Anyway, I thought this was an interesting video. I just thought I wanted to throw it out there and let you all know about this. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And if there's a decent, juicy update to all this, I will also make a video about that too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Ta-ta for now.